Hello, everyone on the internet. Welcome back to the Poke Historian. Hi, I'm your host, Maddox. This is the show where we get on this camera and I just talk with you about whatever I feel like talking about in the Pokemon card market. As you can see, I'm kind of dressed up today, getting ready to go to a groundbreaking for our brand new apartment complex. It's a project that I played a pretty significant role in getting approved and helping develop, so looking forward to seeing it, but just wanted to give you some background on that. And without further ado, let's go ahead and talk about what we're here to talk about. The meat and potatoes of the Pokemon card market. So first off, let's talk about old Phantasmal Flames. Old Phantasmal, the set that last November and last December, all the squeaky voices on the internet, whether they be on YouTube or Reddit or wherever they happen to lurk, were saying that the set was trash, the booster boxes were going to collapse, the Charizard wasn't really that great, or even if it wasn't enough to carry a set. And where are we now? Booster box price, $416. Unbelievable. And as you know, as I said in one of my previous videos, I bought a case and averaged in at about $300 a booster box. And here I am, I'm like, man, even buying at that price wasn't so bad. So there was a lot of opportunity to buy in at Phantasmal Flames and do pretty well here. However, at this point, I think the ship has sailed. I personally won't be buying anymore. You get to a point where with some of this stuff where you think to yourself, you know what, it's just going up and up and up. And sometimes when something's just flying away, just let it fly away. Like, don't try and catch it in your net. Just set it free, let it go. Don't try and chase after it. Just let the box rise in price and just move on to another type of box. And that's what I'm going to do with this set. I got my boxes, and maybe the box goes to 600 like Destined Rivals, maybe it doesn't, but I'm just not going to chase after it. It's getting too pricey for me. But I tell you what though, as I'm always saying, a lot of the singles in that set are still very affordable. The Meowth is very affordable. The Piplup, the Dugong, the Sharpedo, check those cards out because they are fantastic, and there will come a day where they are not going to be as cheap as they are now. Now is the time to chase after those special illustration rares from Mega Evolution and from Phantasmal Flames, and pretty soon Perfect Order too once it settles. So just keep that in mind. But yeah, Phantasmal Flames just continues to blow my mind. I wonder if it will go to around $600 like Destined Rivals. We'll just have to see. I'm kind of thinking no, just because Destined Rivals had the benefit of arguably being the best booster box from the Scarlet and Violet era. I think it's way too soon to know whether or not that will be Mega Evolution. I'd make the case that it's already not. I think the Mega Evolution first booster box that came out is much better, but reasonable minds will disagree on those sort of things, but definitely not a bad set. It will be curious to watch for sure. So where do we want to go next? Let's go to Ascended Heroes, because that set is also blowing me away. And what's blowing me away about that set is that you have 3 chase cards that are around $1,000 now almost. So the Gengar you got, and it's clearly over $1,000, which I guess isn't that surprising anymore. I mean, ever since Prismatic Umbreon came out last year, the benchmark for what an expensive card has been increased significantly to around that number. But then you also got the Dragonite and the Pikachu cards, and those are getting real close to $1,000. And I'm just thinking to myself, so are we really about to have a new Pokemon card set that's got 3 $1,000 chase cards? I don't feel very good about that. That just makes me think we've kind of gotten carried away with this hobby. Not that there's anything I can do about it, but it's like, man, I always thought it should be that cards should come out fairly affordable and then rise in price over time. Now with the fast pace of our society, cards come out very valuable, and a lot of times they just stay very valuable, and that's it. And sometimes they continue to go up. Now there is the rare occasion where a card comes out very valuable and it crashes down. Surging Sparks Pikachu, I'm looking at you. Bought that one. Well, I shouldn't say I bought it. I pulled that out of an ETB and then I sold it for $500 and bought myself a nice Lego set. So there are cases where some of these cards come crashing down, but something tells me, y'all, I don't think that Gengar and that Dragonite are going to come crashing down too much. The Pikachu I'm a little bit less certain on because I feel like the artwork really isn't as great as people are making it out to be. It's just Pikachu hanging out in the forest and it's supposed to represent like meeting your first Pikachu or something in Viridian Forest. And to that I say, so what? Like that's like I don't really care where I meet the Pikachu, man. Like it's either a cool looking card or he's not. Like, and to me, that's just a very standard looking card. If you want a really cool looking Pikachu card, or should I say multiple cards, just look at Lost Origin. There's a lot of cool Pikachu cards in that set. In fact, I think there's 3 of them because you got the one where it's sleeping with the chick from Legends Arceus. Then you got the V where it's with red, and then you get the V Max where it's with red. All 3 of those cards are much cooler than the Ascended Heroes Pikachu. If you're new to this hobby, I implore that you go check out that set and look at those Pikachus because those ones are a lot more affordable and a lot cooler. So we'll see what that happens with that one. Maybe I'm a complete moron that Pikachu goes to 2K. I don't know. But I just feel like the Pikachu is a little bit overrated right now. And then the thing that's strange about all this is you got 3 chase cards that are basically $1,000. And then you got the Elite Trainer box, and it's really only sitting at about $136. And to me, I feel like there's some sort of discrepancy there. Like either the Elite Trainer box should be higher, or the chase cards need to come down in value. Like there needs to be some sort of equilibrium there. Because even when Prismatic came out, the Elite Trainer boxes were around $130, and you only had 1 chase card that was $1,000. So you're telling me that an Elite Trainer box where you could pull one of 3 $1,000 cards is properly priced at like $136? I'm not convinced. My guess is that those Elite Trainer boxes are going to go to $150. We'll see if I'm right, or we'll see if I'm a complete moron. Stay tuned and find out for yourself. But I also think, like I said, there's room for maybe the Pikachu to come down. Dragonite, I don't even know anymore, but I'm not going to chase those chase cards right now. I'm just going to, again, kind of like the Phantasmal Flames booster boxes, I'm just going to let them fly away. Like, go forth and be a crazy price there, card. I have other things I'd rather buy for $1,000 right now than those chase cards. So that's what I got to say about Ascended Heroes. And then we go on to our last topic of discussion, Old Perfect Order, the new set that everybody is just very lukewarm on. Not many cool cards. Definitely the weakest set we've probably seen in years. And yet, despite all of that, despite how weak this set is, the booster boxes are still over $200, sitting at $208 right now. Which I don't know what to think about that. You would think if everyone truly didn't like this set, that box would maybe go to like 180 or something, but it shows you how much hype is in this hobby right now, how much FOMO is going on, how much investment's going on. And the truth is, I think even though people don't like this set, they're chasing it anyways. It's the only logical conclusion that you can draw from this situation. They're chasing it anyways. And then you actually have some cards in the set that aren't like dirt cheap either. I think there's like maybe 1 to 3 cards that are over $100 or they're about $100, which you would think, again, if it was a really bad set, you wouldn't have cards that were that expensive. So just more food for thought. It's going to be really interesting to see how Perfect Order does. I'm guessing maybe some of the chase cards are going to fall in price a little bit more here and they'll continue to go down. But, you never know with this stuff. You never know, and we'll see how much Pokemon actually prints this set. If they know it's a stinker set, maybe they don't keep printing it over and over again, which makes the chase cards and the sealed products, of course, become more valuable. So anyways, yeah, hyper modern Pokemon is very fascinating right now. If not a little bit disappointing, I guess, and just how out of control things have gotten. I would really just like to see things calm down a little bit, but I don't think we're at that point right now. But it's good to keep apprised of what's going on. It's good to try and strategize and spend your money wisely. And like I said, my advice to you right now is if you want to spend money on Pokemon, go after the illustration rares and the special illustration rares from Mega Evolution and from Phantasmal Flames, and maybe some of the cheaper ones from Ascended Heroes you like. I wouldn't touch Perfect Order just yet, because there are still a lot of very, very, very cool new cards that you can go after for affordable prices. And, in 2 to 3 years' time, those cards are not going to be those prices. They're going to be a lot more expensive because people are going to wake up and realize these cards are really cool. So go ahead and pick those up now. If you want to get yourself a booster box of one of these sets, go ahead and do it. Get yourself an Elite Trainer box. I don't think you can necessarily go too wrong getting an Ascended Heroes Elite Trainer box at 136. It's not a great price, but if you're getting it to hold long term, I would think that box is going to do just fine. So don't worry about it too much. And if it goes down in price, like let's say somehow by some miracle it goes down to 100, well, sir or madam, you can certainly pick up another one during that time. So that's what I got for you today. Appreciate you watching as always. Like and subscribe. Hit the notification bell thing if you want to be updated whenever I do one of my videos. And I'll see you in my next one.